Hey y'all, welcome to the Style Chronicles. I thought I would hop on here and update you guys on the past week. I know I haven't filmed a video in over a week now, and I feel kind of weird about that. We've just been really sick and getting over stuff, junk and stuff that we're coughing up and, gross things. Anyhow, so yeah, my husband, kids, and I have been sick. What is this, going on 2 weeks? 2.5 weeks. My husband is a lot better. He just has a cough now. My son was still running a fever Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Sunday he was a lot better, and he also had really bad stomach issues. So I think he had the stomach virus that my husband had a couple days before. My son obviously had it. My daughter is still hacking, and I feel a lot better. I still have a lot of junk up here in my sinuses, but we feel a lot better. I was on some steroids for my throat infection, and it made me really poofy, like, it makes you retain a lot of water. So yeah, last week was like a non-week for me. I was just not feeling anything at all. That is where we are as far as sickness is concerned. We feel a lot better. Anyhow, I thought I would update you guys on some things that I want to make videos on. I just, like I said, did not feel like recording at all the past week. First up, my Turbo Fire. This is the Turbo Fire schedule. I initially, when I started the first week, started following this day by day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and all that. I made it this far. Yes, and then I got sick and I didn't work out for 2 days, and then I worked out one day and then just didn't feel like doing it again. So I started again last week, or the week before, so 2 weeks ago, with one, and made it all the way through, and then really couldn't do it again because I got sicker, I guess you could say. So then I stopped, and when I started again, I didn't want to start from day one again, so I started from where I had left. I think it was this one, the Fire Starter. Yeah, Fire Starter. I started where I left off. So right now, I am here. This is the class I will do today. It's the Low Hit 25 class, which is a lighter course. It's not as long. And then I'm not doing the rest day, so I'm skipping the rest day and going to this. I'm leaving this day open for Saturday or Sunday, depending on how I feel. And last week, let's see, I did this on Friday, which is the Fire 55 Easy class, 55 minutes, and a 10-minute stretch class on a Friday was crazy. But I fit it in, and I was so proud of myself. I came home, threw on my workout clothes, and just started doing it. And then my husband got home and he showered and changed. And of course we had dinner plans, so we were on a schedule, and he was dressed and ready, and I was still doing this CD, and he was just like, okay, when are you going to be done, because you still have to get dressed, you're going to have to shower, and we need to be there like in an hour. But I did it, and I was really proud of myself. And then of course we made it to dinner, and I just felt really good. It felt good to get a workout in on a Friday. I never do that. I never work out Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So it felt really good. Now Saturday or Sunday I may, cut the grass or go for a run in my neighborhood or something. But typically Friday I just don't work out because I don't have the time. But I made the time, and I'm excited. So now I'm thinking, okay, I can probably, maybe not an hour worth of class, but maybe, these low hit courses, the 15 class or the 25, or, just a 30-minute workout I might be able to squeeze that in there Friday. So I'm excited about that. But like I said, I'm not really following it day by day per se. I mean, I'm going day by day, but I'm not following it the way that it's laid out by the week plan, like the rest day. I'm saving that. I can work out every day during the week and then save this as like Saturday or Sunday. That just fits better with my schedule. And then, like I said, I have gone off, and this is no longer Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday workouts. I'm just going in the order of the classes. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. And I got a lot of compliments as far as my tone is concerned. My husband says my stomach is starting to tone up a little, although it's only been like not even 3 weeks. It's such a short amount of time. So I'm really not, I don't know. But when I work out on a schedule, I find myself becoming even more conscious of what I'm eating and stuff like that. When I am sick, you get sick, so your taste buds get kind of funky. I crave things that I never ever would drink or eat when I am healthy, like when I feel good. So when I'm sick, I crave Coke because that's pretty much the only thing I can taste. I like the way the carbonation feels, on my tongue, so I drink a lot of Cokes. And for those 2 weeks when I was really, really sick, that's what I was drinking. And now, I'm off of that. I don't want them anymore. When I taste a Coke, I don't really care for it. So I only like it when I'm sick. I don't know. It's the sugar and then the fact that my taste buds are shot, so the sugar makes up for it. Same thing with candy. I crave anything sweet, cakes, cupcakes, muffins, cookies, all that stuff when I am sick because of the sugar. I just want to taste something, and I can taste the sugar because it's so, potent. So that's what I do when I'm sick. When I'm healthy, I can stare at those things all day long and not even take a bite. They don't faze me. So I'm back to that, where I'm, eating healthy and all that stuff. I felt like, as soon as I finished the steroid, I felt like I needed to just cleanse my body. I don't know, I felt, I hate to say it, but I felt dirty, if that makes any sense. After being sick on the medication, and then I knew I had consumed just so many, Cokes and cookies and all that stuff. So I really did feel like I needed, okay, just water for a couple of days, and I, did salads and stuff like that. But I feel good now. I feel fine, back to eating normal. Anyhow, so that's that. That's where Turbo Fire is. I do have some new brushes, Real Techniques brushes. I bought these, I took my kids to the doctor 2 weeks ago. I bought these that day. There's a Ulta next door to the hospital they go to, or not the hospital, the doctor's office, which is outside of the hospital. Anyhow, right there in that little area, there's an Ulta, and I picked these up. They were buy one, get one 50% off that day, so I picked up 2 of the sets and 3 individual brushes, and I absolutely adore them. There are some redundancy in the brushes that are included in the sets, so if you buy all 3 sets, you're getting several brushes that are the same or just the same tweaked, and you don't really necessarily need them. Like, I've got 3 that I have not used and will not use. Anyhow, so there are these. These are my absolute favorites out of the brushes that I bought, and I will do a separate video on just Real Techniques. I just thought I would share with you guys my absolute favorites. First up is the blush brush. I love this. It is so feather-like and just light and airy, and it fits right in here perfectly, and I just love the effect that it gives my blush. I like blush. I love blush, and I like for it to really, I like to be able to see it on my cheeks. My blush brush is really small. It's about the size of, I guess, this little compact, though, kind of in this shape. And it picks up a lot of pigment, and when I place it, I get that 80s kind of blush line, and I always have to blend it out a little bit so that it looks, nice and blended and pretty. Now the 80s blush line is awesome if that's what you're going for, if that's the look you're doing. Sometimes I do the 80s blush line, where it's really, you can tell that there's a blush, like it's like a bar of blush. But usually I do blend it out, and with that other brush I was having to put the blush on with that brush and then blend it out with a separate brush that's a little bit more airy, like this one is. This one I can just put the blush on and it just goes on so smooth. It blends it perfectly. I don't really have to go back and do anything else. If I want more blush on, of course I have to go back and apply it. It does apply it lightly, but you build it. So I like that, and I like the fact that I only need one brush and it just blends so beautifully on my skin. So there's the blush brush. Next up is the buffing brush. Now I got the stippling brush as well as this one in a set, and I thought I was going to use a stippling brush for my foundation. Hate it. Can't stand it. Used it to do my foundation, and there were little lines and just marks where it didn't go on evenly and it didn't blend into my skin. So I really don't like that one. And then I was watching Pixie Woo, and she was using, or one of the ladies on Pixie Woo were using this for their foundation, and I thought, you know what, that's what I'm going to try, because it says buffing brush, and to me that's powder, but it works perfectly for your foundation, and that is what they use in their videos. So I thought, well, that's perfect, and this is absolutely fabulous. I don't want to use any other foundation brush but this. It just, beautifully. And what I had been using is an e.l.f. brush, and it gave alright coverage, but I had to wash it a lot, and since I have been washing it a lot, the bristles have just become icky, if that makes any sense. They're sticky, I can't get the stickiness out of it, they never 100% clean. I just, yeah, this is just awesome. Next up is the multitask brush, which I use to set powder on my face, and I absolutely love it. It, once again, is so airy and fluffy and light. This is the setting brush, which I bought individually. I use it for highlight. It is perfect for a highlight brush right in here. I go around. You guys know I like my highlight up here, you know, down. It just works beautifully. And lastly, this one, the domed shadow brush. If I could have 4 of these, I would. And I don't think you can buy this individually at Ulta. I think you can order it on the Real Techniques site individually, but not individually at Ulta. This came in a set, and I want to say it came in the set that had this brush in it. It had 2 other ones also. This one is awesome. It's a dome-shaped shadow brush, and Pixie Woo, the lady at Pixie Woo, uses this for her concealer under here, and it just, you know, it's beautiful. And I would like one for concealer. This one, however, I have been using with my MAC paint pot. I use Bare Study paint pot, and I've always told you guys when you apply it, I apply it with the pad of my finger, that when I pat it in, you have to be very careful in this inner corner because you'll get a line of buildup. And I always have to go in after I put it on and blend that line out to make sure that you don't see it. Because once your makeup is set and your eyeshadow is done and you've gone about your day, you know, you'll see in the mirror a line where the buildup of the product is, and it didn't get blended out. And it's hard to do that with your fingers. And this brush, since I've been using it for that, just does it so beautifully. I just get a little bit of the product on, put it on here, and just blend it like all over my lid. And I don't have to concentrate in one particular area blending. I can literally just run this like this along this area right here, and I don't have that line at all. I mean, it works incredibly for that. So this for that is what this is what I use that for. Like I said, I would love this for a concealer brush because I can see using the cream product, the Bare Study cream product, I can see how it would work as a concealer brush beautifully, as well as cream eyeshadows. I am thinking this would work absolutely wonderfully for my Chanel Illusion d'Ombre eyeshadows. I haven't tried it yet though. And I'm kind of leery about washing this and using it for that because I've just grown so attached to it with my Bare Study paint pot that I just really want, another brush. And then to have a 4th one just for any other cream products that I use. But this is an excellent brush for cream, concealers, cream, shadows, any cream products you have to put on your eyes. It works beautifully. So there's that one. Those are my absolute favorite ones. I did buy more, like I said, but those are the ones that I have switched my brushes out for and that I'm using now and absolutely love. So there's that. Now on to babies. My daughter has been moved out of her car seats and into a booster, and she is excited. We bought 2 boosters and put them in both vehicles that I drive, my daily car as well as my family car, my weekend car. And she's loving that. She's absolutely loving it. She uses a real seatbelt now, and she's in her car seat, and she, it's got 2 cup holders, and she just couldn't feel more grown up, so she loves that. My son, I moved him out of the carrier because he'd still been in the carrier, and put him in her old car seats. They got moved to the opposite side of the car, and he is loving that. He loves that he can see me while I'm driving, and I look back, and he's just, staring away and looking at everything, and if there's music on, he'll kind of nod his head. So he's really, really loving that. They're both loving their new seating arrangements, which is exciting. They're getting bigger. He is now full-fledged walking, almost running. I did go out this weekend and get him a pair of shoes. He had pre-walker shoes, which he would wear, just crawling about. They're just real flimsy, shoes that don't have a really good bottom to them. They're infant shoes. And when we go out, anywhere, he wants to be put down so he can walk, and I was leery about that because his shoes were flimsy. So we went out and bought him his first pair of Converse this weekend, and he's loving that. He's a size 4, which I bought a 3 and then ended up having to return them for 4 because I couldn't get his foot in there. Anyhow, so we did that this weekend. He is no longer taking a bottle at all. He's strictly breastfed. That is it. He's been breastfed since, since I brought him home, since he was born. But I would pump, and, he would feed from one breast, and then I would pump the other one for later. And that's how I would go about, making sure that I stayed normal and that he got, enough milk. And I stopped pumping. He kind of eliminated one feeding during the day. So he wants like breakfast, lunch, and then dinner, dinner is probably like 5 or 6, and then of course, before he goes to bed, he wants another feeding. So he's kind of spacing out his feeding a little bit more. He's eating solid foods. He eats everything. He's not picky. He eats everything that I will put on his plate. I do have to mash it up. He has half of a tooth, literally, like only half of his bottom tooth has come out. So he doesn't have a lot of teeth, but he mashes very well with his gums. And he is just loving everything. He loves avocado. He actually likes onions, olives, all those things. So loving that. He eats bits of turkey and chicken if I give it to him. He has had some whole milk, and he did like that. I'm not, forcing it on him yet, since he's still kind of drinking breast milk. However, like I said, he no longer does the bottle because I don't pump anymore. So he's just strictly on the breast, which is fine with me. I know he's going to probably wean himself pretty soon. Just kind of, let him go at his pace whenever he's ready. So that's that. Yeah, everything else is just going really, really well. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Like I said, we haven't really been anywhere. We haven't been out, so I haven't really done any outfit of the days for that reason, because it's just, yeah. Oh, lastly, I am on the third book of 50 Shades, so I'm reading 50 Shades Freed. The second one is really good. The story, the first one is just kind of like a shocker. It's like, it shocks you into this, wow, there's really a world like that. This one is more, a love story, and the second one is more a love story than anything else. So reading that, enjoying them. And this is the next one that I'm going to read when I'm done with that. I always have to have my next book like ready. And it's called The American Heiress by Daisy Goodwin. And it's just about a American heiress who goes to England, I believe, searching for a husband. Yeah, for a title. So that's what I'm going to read next. And my husband also finished a book that I'm going to read pretty soon too. It was a book he was reading for a couple months. My husband can read the same book for like 6 months. I go through a book in a week or two. It drives me nuts. Of course, he says, oh, I don't have to read 50 pages a day like you do to prove something. Yeah, he's crazy. Anyhow, so that is that. And yeah, that's it. I will do a quick outfit of the day. It's nothing too great. Really simple. There it is. I've got on my Tory Burch, my tan or luggage colored Tory Burch. These are getting a little, you see the marks? They're getting a little bit kind of distressed looking. I'm going to hit them with probably some of the baseball glove cleaner. What's it called? Ooh, I had it in my head and I can't think of it now. It's a little pot you buy. It's the kiwi stuff, and it's like leather conditioner, but you condition your baseball gloves with it, the leather on a baseball glove. This is kind of like, it feels like the same leather. So I'm going to do that, and then maybe, just clean them up a little bit. See if that helps some of because the front is just getting kind of icky, and I don't want it to get black, dirty or scratched, scuffed and stuff. So I'm going to do that. My black ones, the patent leather black ones, are far easier to care for than these luggage colored ones. They just, seem to wear better. Of course, they're patent, so things slide off when they get dirty. And then my shorts are from Old Navy. My shirt is also from Old Navy. It's kind of got an aqua stripe. And on my face, I've got the Chanel Mystic Smokes quad on my eyes. On my cheeks, I've got MAC's Dolly Mix. On my lips, I've got MAC Ink Pencil with Lip Fusion's Clear Balm on top. It's just a clear balm, looks like that. And that is my face of the day. I hope you guys, like I said, had a wonderful weekend and are having a great start to your week. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.